Do you have any advice to give someone who aspires to be an agent or aspires to be a realtor at all?
I mean, patience.
Mm-hmm.
It takes, it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of time. I know a big thing has been, realtors holding more than one job while they're trying to sell real estate. And I did it, I did it for the first year of my real estate career, and I had to do it. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
had the money I was making obviously wasn't enough to feed anybody. Um, but there is a certain point where you kind of have to rip that Band-Aid off
Mm-hmm.
and dedicate 100% of what you're doing to this career path.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't be, because as a realtor, I give so much of my time, so much of my effort. I maybe I'm not in my office working 8 hours a week, but I am working 12 hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in bed next to George and our dog and our kid, and we're all watching a movie, and I'm answering emails for clients. It's
Mm-hmm.
something that consumes so much of who you are that to give anything less than all of your time to this career path is almost a waste.
Mm-hmm.
And it's difficult because uh, you really have to be self-driven. My paychecks solely rely on how hard I am willing to work for them. How many risks you're willing to take. Uh, I remember when I first signed up, I was unaware that not only do you pay money to take the course, pay money to take money for the course, money for the test, but also after you pass, there's association fees,
Mm-hmm.
there's brokerage fees, there's, hundreds and thousands of dollars worth of fees. So it's another thing, you have to really be, maybe not 100% sure, but you have to, this money is going towards, and those fees never stop, you pay them
I
annually.
believe it.
But, you have to be willing to at least pursue this with some seriousness.
Mm-hmm.
And like we were talking about, leading with your authentic self, being that person that people want to work with, not just once, not twice, but, you shoot for being their realtor for life.
Mm-hmm.
And you're selling yourself. So make sure the person that you're selling is a good one.
Of course.
And it always gets better. I mean, I've had my highest highs and my lowest lows where I'm like, is this what I want to do for the rest of my life?
Mm-hmm.
I can't see myself doing this forever. And sometimes where I'm like, this is what I'll do forever. This is the best. It's my best year. And it's a constant struggle. I've had my best year this year, but that doesn't mean that next year I might only make $10,000, and what do I do then?
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be willing to kind of get ready for those ebbs and flows.
No, definitely.
And don't let those lows deter you. You just kind of keep moving.
Now, just even going back to what you said a second ago about, is this something that I want to do for the rest of my life? Because I think, in my opinion, it's hard for me to just kind of not stick with one. I don't like to get comfortable.
It's the
with
ADHD.
things. Exactly. Like, it's like for myself, like, because I want to get into real estate, be a realtor at some point, and then level up, maybe start my own brokerage, and then get on to the next thing. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
how do you see your journey taking place? Do you see yourself being a realtor for the next 10, 20 years, or where do you think your journey is going to take you? And is this something that you would want to do for the rest of your life, being in real estate?
I think it's funny because you and I, our brains kind of work the same way. Is like, I need something exciting. I need it to be able to hold my attention. And I'm sure you have the lows that come along with, like, where I'm like, I'm not doing anything. Don't bug me.
Right.
Or like, I have an appointment at 3. That means I can't do anything all day until my appointment at 3. So I constantly have to have some kind of excitement, and real estate leads to a lot of excitement. Those like highs and lows I was just speaking about are what kind of, as toxic as that sounds, is like what keeps me coming back. Is like, oh, the lows, oh, the highs. It keeps it exciting enough that I think for at least the next 5 years is what I'll keep doing. I think eventually, I don't know if opening my own brokerage is something I necessarily want to do. Whatever it is, I do think it'll be real estate related, whether that's acquiring more properties and using, flipping properties, or renting them out. At this point in my life, I don't think I could see myself swaying too far from this. Yeah, I don't know. It's tough, especially because so much of my life has been real estate. We not only is selling homes part of the income I bring in, but I also do property management, estate management. There's so many other, little pockets of real estate that I make money on doing that. If I'm not actively selling, I'll still be making money off of real estate in one way or the other.
No, definitely. And I like the point you made to where kind of throughout the process, there's a lot of high and lows, like in this journey and in the profession. And that's kind of the vibe I like in a sense too, because one thing I don't like is when kind of people, they stay in the middle ground and they just kind of ride a wave that's not really going up or it's not going down, but it's just there. You know what I mean?
I couldn't imagine working like a 9 to 5.
No, exactly. And I always listen to this Joe Rogan motivational speech, and it's like, and the guy that was he was having a podcast with, he was saying he would take the life of the poet, where you have these tens, but you're having these miserable ones. But I mean,
Oh, of course.
who would like, just even going back to that whole thing, who wants to just live like a life where it's just steady and it's not really exciting? Like I would love to have those days where I'm feeling great, but I mean, even the days where I am at my lowest or I'm at my ones, like it's cool. It's just it's in my opinion, it's because you get these inherent feelings in life, but it's how you deal with them. You know what I mean?
Absolutely,
Like,
100%.
you might fall on your face. You might
It's mindset.
exactly.
My